Thank you for that introduction. It is an honor to be here. Today, speaking of the power of things, today I will be talking to you about the power of silence. More specifically, a vow of silence that I undertook a couple of years ago that extended for, let's say, a radical duration of time, but ended up being one of the most transformative experiences of my life. So first I'll talk to you about the vow, and then some of the really key reflections that I came out of it, and how I kind of integrated those lessons into my life. So basically, I decided that post-pandemic, I kind of felt a bit overstimulated. I felt like, okay, the pandemic was horrible, and it was there was a lot of isolation and a lot of solitude, but at the same time, now life is just back, and we have zero control over our time, and there are 2,000 things to do. So I felt a bit of an overstimulation, let's say. And then I said, okay, I do want to experience silence. I can't, at the time, go to at that moment, I couldn't really go to a silence retreat or isolate myself from my environment completely. So I just decided that for a specific duration of time, beginning from a specific date, I will take upon myself a vow of silence, and I will take it seriously, so no words whatsoever to anyone. I warned my loved ones, I sent them a farewell message, and basically just started navigating my everyday surroundings, grocery shopping, coffee orders, everything, basically silently. Quickly, I realized that I do need some form of communication. The miming is not a sure way of, transmitting information. So I started moving around with these specific set of cards. So silence vow, can't talk, thank you for understanding. Could have been more tactful, but that was it. And then a magical latte, so that the love with my barista still remains. That I know I can't talk to you and express how much I'm grateful, but your lattes are magical. I think, a black coffee just for the change. Thank you, and I hope you're well, and I cannot talk. So what ended up happening is that I was completely deprived from stimuli. So no conversations with loved ones, no social media. I prevented myself from even reading, so no books, no music. And I just wanted to see, how will that affect my brain? How will that affect my relationship with things, with people, with everything, with life as I know it? Because it was very strange, because I was still very much in my set environment. And this was the vision, to be honest. I just wanted to be this monk that's on the edge of a mountain, reflecting, introspecting, philosophizing life, and having enough time and freedom to actually do that. So there was a bit of an extreme, that was a bit of an extreme approach. But then I ended up with really big reflections. First of all, I was truly overstimulated. I was going through my social media. If I saw something, or I caught some sort of activity, some sort of experience, a part of me would cling on to that and think that, yes, I probably want that too. I probably need that too in my life. And that was because of the constant exposure to that. Even conversations with loved ones were affecting me in several ways that I wasn't completely sure that I want to kind of be exposed to those ideas or those philosophies in that specific set of time. So there was a true assessment of, okay, so what kind of external stimulation can I allow into my life after this? What kind of social media platforms do I want? How do I basically better my relationship with basically everyone and everything around me, so that I don't end up in a state of overstimuli. The second reflection was that I think in that period of time, I truly understood how my brain works. I don't think I ever really thought about the inner workings of my mind before. And that's when I started even thinking about things like, okay, I feel like I have certain biases. I feel like I have a specific view to the world. Why is that? And I started looking up things like cognitive distortions, for example. And there was a whole world of logical fallacies, biases that we are either born with or that we are exposed to constantly that really shape the way we think. And it's not necessarily a positive thing. So there is a whole set of cognitive distortions like catastrophizing, the tendency to, for example, see things in absolute black and white. That was navigating a lot of the decisions I was making, and I really was at a point in my life where I wanted to change. And to change, you really have to do something about your kind of inner model, how you take in things, how you think about things. So I would highly advise everyone to just take a look at the set of cognitive distortions. There's also a test online that you can take just to see if you can relate to some of the things. And if there are things that you are happy with, you can maybe accept, embrace, and it would explain how you approach life in a certain way, or actually do something about it. So that was it. And then the other reflection was I actually wanted to take a bird's eye view at my life. So I wanted to see, okay, I have this specific amount of time. I have these specific set of things that I need to do. Am I happy right now? Am I doing all the things that that there is a part of me that wants to do? Am I really honoring my passions, for example? Am I what kind of relationships am I cultivating with people? What is my relationship with spirituality at that point? What kind of practices and habits am I going through that are either making my life better or making my life worse? And that is what basically one of the major kind of life shifts that happened, is that I took my morning routine and I basically designed a step-by-step perfect routine that I would have there as an ideal to just refer to whenever time kind of takes a life of its own. And I really committed to that morning routine. I really assessed my relationships. There are people that I truly missed, and I wanted to express to them after how much I love them and how much I miss them and how much I kind of need their presence in my life. And there's 1 minute left, so so yeah, there were a lot of changes, a lot of life shifts. And I also got to understand something called the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance is basically the Earth's heartbeat. And it is a frequency that the world, basically Earth radiates. And it is very well aligned with the theta waves, I think, or the alpha waves of our brains. And these brain waves are brain waves we can only generate in a state of calm, in a state of, I think, in a state of like truly kind of reflective mode that we rarely get access to in our daily hustle. Okay, I wanted to end the talk by by sharing a very short poem that I feel carries on a lot of the sentiments of the experience. It was called "I Took a Vow of Silence." I took a vow of silence to gather an understanding of the significance of the spoken word. Let them be impeccable, kept circling around. I felt the weight of each letter that comes out, each beat of every sound. I meditated upon each thought I gathered before I unleashed it into the world. I captured the intensity of its delicate tendencies that grew deeper as I spoke. Sound as a form of expression is no different than what art can invoke. Deep, unfamiliar emotion that drives the attention to the psyche that was left unhealed, guiding us to the things inside of us that broke. But we take it for granted because the tongue loves to roam, speaking words that hurt, that destroy, that doom, thinking it's no fault of our own. But what we so foolishly forget is that when we say something, it is cosmically set, because it may not feel definitive, but the universe listens and responds, and it's too busy to filter through an unstated intent. So if we fret, we do make a bet against our higher self and our soul's true content. The poet once said, love is lost between what is meant and not said, and what is said and not meant. Because what am I, what are you, but a set of vibrations that we rent, that are spent, that can either lead us to ascend or bury us to an actively pursued descent. We may claim that we don't know better, and of our fate we start to resent, but it is only through our conscious, cultivated choice of words that we stand a chance to repent. The monks believe in the power of Om, 2 letters, deep vocals signifying eternity, infinity, the universe, just through a verbal tone. It is true our paths are not necessarily set in stone, but we hold a powers unfathomable to us, and through our expression alone can we let them be flown and to the universe be known.